If you are listening to this, then I and everyone else have gone. But humanity has survived. And you, we're done for finding this tape. For I hid it deep in the mountains of Scotland, in a place so extreme it would not be stumbled upon for hundreds of years. So, child, sit back, take note, because this is how the year 2022 went down. The year began, as it usually does, on the 1st of January. It was a time of peace and prosperity and world high scores. No annual riots in the capital, which is unusual for a January in this period of history. But the peace is not to last, because somebody couldn't keep Will Smith's wife's name out their fucking mouths. With Jada's boyfriends not around to defend her honor, it was left to Will to do the honorable thing. Myself and the other stars were shocked watching it all unfold. There was 3 losers in one fight. He didn't know, being Chris Rock. He didn't want to do what he had to do, being Will Smith. And she did nothing, being Jada. Acts of aggression were only to get worse, with the first invasion of a sovereign nation by a world superpower since World War II, excluding Bush and Blair. That incited a fuel crisis, power outages, and the exacerbation of a cost of living crisis. Here's how everyone's looking at gas prices. The world listed their icks, and just when you think you've found the one, Andy Dufresne, he's a 10, but he's willing to smell like 500 yards of shit-smelling fountains. I can't even imagine. Kanye West reached peak Kanye. He did, well, imagine everything you shouldn't do. He did it. Kim, the old sage, offered up some pearls of wisdom. Nobody seems to want to work today. She told us we should get our ass up and work. Molly May also reminded us that we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Of course, Kim and Emily Ratajkowski both dated this guy. What am I doing wrong? Pete Davidson had the best year in living memory, as he dated, well, everyone. Mine with him was nothing spectacular. Felt like he acted like, he had lots of options, which is a definite red flag. Meanwhile, nobody's DMs were safe from Adam Levine. Fuck. Holy fucking fuck. That body of yours is insane. Thanks, Adam. Ego restored. The beloved Queen of England finally passed on, prompting days of national mourning and a broken record for the world's longest queue. Of course, there had to be the British. Queue jumpers were put in the social media stocks and pelted with rotten veg. The longest standing monarch was presided over by the shortest standing prime minister. In Liz we trust. But she was outlasted in office by a 60-pence iceberg lettuce. The Queen's eldest son, King Sausage Fingers, eagerly took up the crown. If there was a showdown 17 years in the making, 2022 made it happen. Darth Vader finally took the high ground, and somehow still lost. It was a year of controversial court rulings, with Roe versus Wade rolling back on decades of progress for female rights in the U.S. The case of Depp and Heard played out not in the Supreme Court, but in the Supreme Court of Public Opinion. It was a ruling that divided many. When one relationship ends, another begins, or in this case, rekindles. Bennifer tied the knot, but less than a month in, the cracks are already beginning to show. It was a year for new music, with the banging club anthem of the summer being a Kate Bush song written in 1985, thanks to the popularity of Stranger Things. I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. I've been running up that hill, running up the roads, and now I'm out of breath, because I haven't exercised since high school gym. September was all about dragons and rings and unearthed gems. Or should I say, uncut gems. Uncut gems. Uncut gems. Fair to say, there was a mixed reception to the world's most expensive television show. Never far from the headlines, Donald Trump announced his new campaign to be president after every one of his backed candidates lost in the midterms. Politics is about momentum. Trump 2.0 looks in prime position to take on president nonsense in 2024. Elon Musk, the heralded champion of free speech, bought Twitter after history's largest case of buyer's remorse. $44 billion well spent. In the true spirit of free speech, he started silencing people poking fun at him. For a short moment, Elon Musk was the most common name in the world. People kept their money away from the banks, still piling into crypto exchanges. But maybe they should have kept it away from the bank Man-Frieds. It probably should be renamed Lehman Brothers Man-Frieds, as RTX, the world's second largest crypto exchange, imploded, with crypto bros everywhere booking emergency tickets back from the moon. Harry and Meghan put the royal family in their place. They wanted only to tell their truth. $100 million was a nice, unexpected bonus. Speaking of engineered moves, Cristiano Ronaldo, the most followed person in Instagram history, engineered a move away from the football club where he was idolized. But that was merely the appetizer to a final showdown between great rivals. December brought the first Winter World Cup in Qatar, where the stars turned out. A World Cup free from controversy, perhaps best remembered for the reveal that the FIFA president was in fact a gay disabled migrant woman. As he was a millionaire white male and unopposed leader of a corrupt international marketing company, I don't think many of us saw that one coming. The mighty USA played England, with the loser forced to keep James Corden. When the stakes are that high, it inevitably resulted in a drab 0-0 tie. Each country had too much to lose, so James now has to live in the center of the Atlantic Ocean. Football, once again, did not come home, though we could all enjoy the tears of Luis Suarez. The main thread of the World Cup was the final GOAT face-off. Messi Goat Gruff versus Sui Goat. It started with a GOAT humiliation, followed by a bench GOAT, until ultimately the GOAT of GOATs had the final say, with a little support from their 12th man. But let's just say some of the colossal pricks in victory even managed to be magnanimous. He finally did it, the guy everyone wanted to win a World Cup, though the Bay got salty when Messi didn't want a picture with him. Tell you what, Salt Bay, you can have one for $200,000, and that doesn't include tip. Hey 2022, I just heard 2023 say, watch this. I do hope 2023 will be better. I hope people won't do so much dumb shit. I hope.